inspections. We're back to having more home inspections for our buyers. These are conditions you put in at the time of purchase, and many people do a home inspection before they buy a house to find out where they need attention and what needs to be worked on, what's getting older, what's in good shape, et cetera, et cetera. So my question here is, why do we only do home inspections when we buy a house? The home inspection is so valuable. It's only a few $100s. And it just pokes through all the little areas of the home that you generally don't pay attention to during home ownership. So if you go from the top of the house down, you start with the shingles and possible water entry and where things can erode there. You get into the attic. Now, attics are such crazy living spaces because if they're not vented properly, mold can happen. If they're vented too much, air comes in, it blows. If you have blown in insulation, it moves the insulation. You have cold spots in your house, you don't really know why. As an example, in my own house, we were feeling little cold spots in the winter and stuff like that. So I thought, why don't I just blow in some insulation? It's only a few $100, let's see what happens. We kind of forgot we had done that in the spring. And in the following winter, having forgotten that it happened, my wife and I were sweating it out upstairs. We're realizing it's so hot in the bedroom. It hasn't been like this in a while. And then I remembered, we blew in some insulation and our house is so well vented. When you think about how a house operates, you could have the worst shingles ever, but if you have the proper ventilation, which is creating the right temperature within the attic space, you're not having heat loss, you're not having heat trapped, you're not having moisture trapped in there. The shingles aren't even that big of a deal. So there's all these little things just from the top of the house moving down. You're talking about HVAC systems, you're talking about plumbing, you're talking about all of the things that make your house live and breathe that are kind of the unsexy things in the house that we should keep an eye on. A little bit of caulking around the window can change some water entry. A little bit of water can be slowly entering your house, going down in between the drywall around a window that you don't even know is happening. And that over time then creates mold, and that's how things build up. So you as a homeowner are to spend a few $100s every 3 to 5 years looking into the depths of the house to see how everything's operating. How is the furnace working? How is the air conditioning working? How are the windows sealed? Is there any water entry? Is there any heat loss? Do you see a lot of icicles building up on your house, which shows some heat loss in the winter? There's so many things we can do preventatively in our house. Just have a home inspection every 3 to 5 years, a super valuable thing that I highly recommend to all homeowners. Keep on track so that when you do go to sell your house, you're not suddenly finding all these things that you need to sort out and spend money on. So keep your home up to date, keep an eye on things. It's a general checkup for your house, just like you do a general checkup for your body. Highly recommend it. Home inspections every 3 to 5 years.